So for the last 30 years or so, the U.S. Army relied on its tactical missile system to be the workhorse for long-range precision strikes. ATACMS are very good at what they do, which is why the Ukrainians want more, and it's why President Biden is trying to send as many of the munitions as he can to Ukraine before he's out of office. But not only is there hesitation about how Russia might react if Ukraine gets an influx of ATACMS, there's also concerns the U.S. does not have enough of the munitions for itself if a hot war kicks off. But ATACMS are based on Cold War technology, and in the era of great power competition, which means a fight with China, the Army needs to step up its long-range precision fires game. Enter the Precision Strike Missile, or PRSM. It's developed by Lockheed Martin. It's a next-generation long-range surface-to-surface weapon. It can use advanced GPS for guidance and is resistant to electronic interference. Its published effective range is at least 500 kilometers, or about 310 miles. That's much further than the ATACMS max range, which is around 180, 190 miles. The PRSM is also slimmer than the ATACMS, which means the Army can fit 2 rounds into each firing pod. And those pods are compatible with a couple of different vehicles in the Army's inventory. In late November, the Army and Lockheed performed the first successful test of the PRSM's double shot capability. It was also the first time a PRSM was fired from a crewed vehicle. I say that because earlier in the year, during the Valiant Shield exercises in the Pacific, the Army successfully test-fired 2 PRSMs from a what's called an autonomous multi-domain launcher, AML. And each of these missiles hit a moving target at sea. Lockheed started delivering the first PRSMs to the Army in late 2023, and the service branch is expected to make a production decision on the PRSM by late 2025, meaning it'll decide exactly how many PRSMs the Army will need in the coming years and of which type, which could be a lot and will likely include, like I said, multiple variants of the weapon, some with added lethality, others with extended range. At a AUSA event in early December, some reporters in attendance said the Army displayed a slide showing what it wants a future variant of the PRSM to do. It'd be increment 5 of the PRSM, and the Army wants it to have a range of over 1,000 kilometers. That's more than 620 miles. That's a long way out for a missile to hit. And the reason why it was able to do this was because a treaty between Russia and the United States that was prohibiting the development of weapons in this range, both sides kind of walked away from it. So how will all of this benefit the U.S. in a fight with China? Well, imagine the Army has numerous launchers on islands across the Pacific, and because of the slim design of the PRSM, those launchers can hold twice as many rounds as they used to. Now, let's say there's a Air Force or Marine pilot flying a stealthy F-35 in enemy airspace, undetected. The pilot can communicate with the soldiers on the ground, hundreds of miles away, to fire a PRSM or 2 at a target that's, again, hundreds of miles away, keeping the locations of both the shooters and the spotters secret from the enemy. In a war, you always want to create a lot of dilemmas for your enemy, and the PRSM presents plenty of those. For more reporting like this, be sure to download the Straight Arrow News app today or visit us at san.com. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Ryan Robertson.